Welcome! In this video, we're diving into what might be the single most important shift a business owner can make. We're talking about moving from a business that just generates an income to one that builds real, lasting, and transferable equity.
So let's just start with a number, 67%. Just let that hang there for a moment. This number represents a huge and often invisible risk that's hiding inside the vast majority of businesses today. So what is it?
There it is. 67% of U.S. small business owners have no formal succession plan. That's 2 out of every 3. It means that all the value they've poured their lives into creating is fundamentally shackled to them, personally. And that right there is the problem we're here to solve.
To even begin to solve it, though, we first have to get our heads around the critical difference between 2 ways of looking at your business. And trust me, this isn't just about wording. This is the core philosophy that decides whether you're building a job for yourself or a true sellable asset.
This quote, it just nails it. Income depends on effort, equity depends on structure. This simple idea is really the dividing line between a business that will eventually just fade away and one that's built to last. Let's break down exactly what we mean.
First up, income. Look, this is the reward for your personal hustle, right? It's your direct involvement, your sweat, the hours you put in. It's obviously essential, but it has a built-in expiration date. If your business can't run without you personally being there every day, then the income stops the very day you do.
And then there's equity. This is a whole different ballgame. This is the return you get on the architecture you've built. It's the value that's locked into your systems, your team, your brand. And here's the crucial part. Equity has value whether you show up to the office or not. It's durable, it's transferable, and at the end of the day, it's what a buyer is actually paying for.
So this fundamental distinction creates 2 totally different kinds of companies. Let's actually put them side by side so you can really see how this plays out in the real world.
Over on the left, you have the income-optimized business. This is where revenue tied to the owner's relationships is just how things work. All the key decisions get concentrated right there at the top, with you. But on the right, that's the goal, the equity-engineered enterprise. Here, revenue is tied to systems in the brand. You have a leadership team with genuine authority. Your financials are clean and ready for a buyer to look at. You can see the massive gap between a business that depends on a person and an enterprise that can stand on its own 2 feet.
So the big question is, how do you bridge that gap? How do you actually get from the left side of that chart over to the right? Well, it absolutely does not happen by accident. It takes intentional design, it requires an architecture of value. And this is the blueprint. This is the framework for engineering a business that has real, durable, transferable value. These aren't just some vague ideas. They are the concrete pillars that you have to intentionally build to support the full weight of your company's value.
These 6 pillars, this is your roadmap. It all starts with financial architecture, getting your books clean and ready for a buyer. Next, you need operational scalability, creating systems so the business can grow without you. Then it's about leadership multiplication, developing a team that can actually run the show. We have to secure customer capital, making sure those key relationships belong to the company, not just to you. Then we clarify ownership and governance, and finally, we solidify the company's brand and market position. You see, each pillar systematically chips away at owner dependency and builds true, transferable value.
Understanding this framework is really the first big step. The next is to take a hard, honest look at where your business is today, and then to start the deliberate work of building your own path forward.
And you know, it all boils down to the one question that every single owner has to ask themselves. Look at what you do every day, your systems, your team, and be honest. Have you built a business, or have you built a highly compensated job? Because that job ends the day you decide to leave. The answer to that question will literally define your legacy.
If you're ready to start building the architecture of transferable value inside your own company, the time to begin is now. Contact us today to get started.